Hey guys, welcome to the Massive Iron Channel. I'm Steve Shaw. Guys, in this video I want to talk about muscle soreness. There's a lot of misinformation on muscle soreness, a lot of confusion about muscle soreness, and I want to talk about what exactly I believe muscle soreness is and why it's really not indicative of the trauma necessarily put on a muscle, why muscle soreness is likely fascia related, that is the connective tissue that surrounds a muscle, why it's more fascia related than it is actually pain from the muscle itself. I'm going to talk about that in this video. Before I do so, guys, if you have a question for me, you can check out the link below. Come on over, submit your questions. The best questions I turn into videos just like this. So I don't have all this information in front of me. I'm just kind of regurgitating it from a deep part of my memory. But muscles have this fascia, this connective tissue that surrounds the muscle. And it has 6 times more sensory neurons than the muscle tissue itself. I believe so. It has slightly fewer sensory neurons than the skin. So it's very, very sensitive. There are some characteristics about this fascia that you might not know. Like when you feel stiff, it's usually not muscle stiffness. It's the fascia surrounding the muscle. It kind of gums together like chewed bubble gum. It gets really tense and it has to loosen up. So when you feel muscle stiffness, when you wake in the morning or after a hard day of sitting at a desk, not moving, or say you go out hiking like the big hairy ugly dude and like halfway in you start to stiffen up because you sat and took a break. That is not the muscle tissue itself. It is most likely the fascia, or almost entirely the fascia, the tissue that surrounds the muscle. Again, this fascia has 6 times more sensory neurons than the muscle tissue. It's very, very sensitive. So therefore, it would make sense that it's more sensitive, or you would feel more pain from the fascia than from the muscle itself. So there has been information that I have digested in the past that I don't have before me regarding muscle soreness. Now, you probably have noticed that when you train muscle groups, maybe you hit shoulders as hard as chest and back as hard as legs. There's certain muscle groups that never get sore for you and some that always get sore. Why is this? Why is this? Well, if it was strictly muscle soreness, just strictly muscle soreness and not fascia soreness, it would probably make sense that all muscles would get sore equally. Would it not? I would say probably so. So what, in my opinion, and based on some of the information that I've digested, the soreness you are experiencing when you lift is fascia related. It's the connective tissue around the muscle. Again, this has 6 times more sensory neurons than the muscle tissue itself. It's very sensitive. It's very likely that the pain you feel is from the fascia and not the muscle tissue at all. So muscle stiffness, muscle pain isn't really from the muscle. It's not intramuscular. It's likely almost entirely from the fascia. So each muscle group, even though it's made up of tissue, your biceps are made up of muscle tissue and your triceps are made up of muscle tissue, it has a different style of fascia. The fascia looks different around your quads than around your forearms. There might be a different, there's going to be a different shape. There's going to be a different contour. There might even be a different thickness. Each fascia is going to be slightly different in form and function and thickness and all that kind of stuff. That's just an uneducated regurgitation of how I believe it is. But it would explain why certain muscle groups, like my shoulders, never get sore, and certain muscle groups, like when you start training quads, they always get sore. It would make a lot of sense that there is a different fascia, there is a different degree of how that fascia is structured, how that fascia looks, how it conforms around a muscle tissue. So it would make sense why some you get more soreness in some muscle when you work some muscle groups than you do others. So the reason why I wanted to bring up why I wanted to make this video is because there's a lot of misinformation out there regarding muscle soreness. If I train a muscle and I'm still sore, should I train it again? You see a lot of YouTubers who know what they're talking about when it comes to muscle soreness and training muscle soreness. I've seen some specific guys like Blaha address muscle soreness over and over again, and I don't really think he understands just what likely causes muscle soreness, and I've covered this many times before, and this isn't a dig on Blaha, but it is a dig on his information, because muscle soreness really comes down, you know, when you're talking about muscle soreness and training, you need to understand yes, the muscle has picked up those micro tears, but if you feel extreme soreness, it's most likely the fascia in pain and not the muscle itself. So when you feel tight, you feel a lot of pain, your best bet is to get moving, to heat it, to warm up that fascia, to get it moving. You can still train with soreness, just understand what it likely is. Yes, the muscle has been traumatized as well, but you still have to pay attention to your body. But mainly, I just want to make this video to educate you guys that when you experience muscle soreness, A, it's most likely almost always fascia related, and B, when you experience this muscle soreness, you need to understand what it is when you go into your next training session. You still have to listen to your body. You still have to do what your body will allow on any given day. But don't think just because you're super sore in your quads that your quads are getting a great workout, but you're using the same intensity on your shoulders and you're not getting a great workout. That soreness isn't mostly the muscle. It's mostly the fascia. It's not indicative of how hard you are working the muscle. It is indicative of how much trauma or how much stress that specific area of fascia is being put under. So just remember that. So guys, hope this video has been of some help. If you have any questions or comments, check out the link below. If you made it this far in this video and have yet to subscribe to my channel, please do. I'd appreciate the support. So guys, as always, thanks for watching. Have a great day.